All right, so boom, you got this homie. Homie was raised awful, terribly. His parents, no good role models. His mother, terrible. His father, we'll speak about him later. So, homie decided, hey man, he gonna watch Winnie the Pooh. And while watching Winnie the Pooh, homie decided to put on a full ski mask to pretend to rob people. And all the homies around homie, we was like, bro, you kind of shicey for this. And homie was like, I know it. And then so homie decided Winnie the Pooh and his little Scully was gonna go together quite well. And so homie grew up. Homie decided I'm gonna be a rapper and I'm gonna rap about unpleasant things. And so homie rapped about unpleasant things. But people loved homies rapping about unpleasant things. And so homie went on to be a big success. Homie doesn't even have much time in the rap game, but homie's well known. So homie gets with this other famous rapper who also happens to own a record label. You know, he put some numbers together and that was the record label's name. I don't know why it's just the numbers. There's probably meaning behind it, but I don't care to invest in it. And so homie decided, hey little homie, I'm gonna give you a record deal. Would you like that? Like, boy, would I. And homie was like, cool. But homie didn't know that the homie offering the record deal had mental problems. And mental problems came with a lot of stipulations. And stipulations came with a lot of clauses and contracts. And so homie didn't like this. Homie was rapping and making a name for himself. But homie was like, hey man, let me release some more stuff. And homie was like, who are you? What do you mean, who am I? You know who I am. You put me on. And homie like, I don't remember that. I got schizophrenia. Allegedly, I don't know for real because I ain't seen his doctor files. And anywho, homie wife went on some place and then they had breakfast in the club and then she told all about his mental issues. And now everybody's like, oh, homie kind of destroyed up here. And so everybody ain't worried about that homie. Not yet. And so the other homie like, hey man, I've been with you in this numbered record label for some time. Let me put out stuff or let me get out. And homie was like, I remember you now. No. And he was like, what? And so homie got the other homies together and was like, I'm sick of this. And homies was like, what you gonna do? And homie father came in and he was like, hi, I'm the father. I'm supposed to be the wise motivational role model in your life to steer you down the right path. And homie's father put on a Scully and a gun and said, let's go get this nigga. And so they went down to get this nigga. And so when they went down to get this nigga, you know this homie finna crash out real bad. Homie pulled out a blicky. And homie pulled out the boomstick. It looked like an AK. And AK didn't have another A at the end of it, so you know it wasn't pledging nothing but bullets. And so homie decided to get the man who had schizophrenia and other mental issues, allegedly, and then he tied him up and beat him with a stick, put the AK all in the face, and said, hey man, sign these papers. He was like, well, why I need to sign divorce papers? I love my wife. And he was like, this ain't no divorce papers, nigga. I want out of my record deal. So homie was like, fine. And he signed some papers because he had the blicky all up in his cranium. Oh my God. And so homie was like, hey, this is an intense situation. Where's your father figure and your role model? Homie was like, right here. And father was standing there with the skull. And he was like, yeah, nickel. And so they was like, boom. And then homie, unfortunately, like I said, was raised completely wrong. As you see his father's here. And he had on an ankle monitor. And there was surveillance and video footage. And they was in a heavily surveyed studio. And everything was on camera. And people was like, hey, the homie with the schizophrenia told. And homie with the schizophrenia said, I only told my other people that live in here. I ain't say nothing. And so other homie went to jail. And apparently, they don't serve Winnie the Pooh honey in jail. And that's what happens when you raise terribly and you can't read contracts.